Welcome back. Take a moment and look at your hand. Now imagine somewhere else on Earth, another human doing the exact same thing, looking at their own hand. But there is one difference you notice immediately. Their skin color is not the same as yours. At first, it seems like a simple detail, just appearance. But what if I told you that this difference is actually the result of hundreds of thousands of years of survival, adaptation, and evolution, shaped by one invisible force: the sun. Today, sunlight feels warm and harmless. We enjoy it at the beach or during a walk outside. But for early humans, the sun was both life-giver and silent threat. Its ultraviolet radiation could damage DNA, destroy essential nutrients like folate, and increase the risk of disease. To survive under this constant pressure, the human body developed a natural defense, and that defense was melanin. Melanin is not just color, it is a biological shield. The more melanin your body produces, the darker your skin becomes, and the more protection you have against ultraviolet radiation. In regions near the equator, where sunlight is intense throughout the year, this protection became essential for survival. Over thousands of generations, natural selection slowly favored darker skin because it offered a better chance of survival and healthy reproduction. But humans did not remain in one place. Around 60 to 70,000 years ago, small groups began migrating out of Africa, spreading across Europe, Asia, and eventually the rest of the world. As they moved farther from the equator, everything began to change. Sunlight became weaker, especially during long winters, and ultraviolet radiation decreased. At first, this might sound like an advantage, but it created a new biological problem. The human body relies on sunlight to produce vitamin D, a crucial nutrient that helps absorb calcium and maintain strong bones. Without enough vitamin D, bones become weak, muscles lose strength, and health declines. Suddenly, the same protection that was vital in Africa became a disadvantage in northern regions. Dark skin, which blocked too much sunlight, made it harder to produce enough vitamin D. This created an evolutionary challenge. Too much melanin was harmful in low sunlight environments, but too little melanin was dangerous in high sunlight environments. So over thousands of generations, tiny genetic changes began to appear. Some individuals were born with slightly less melanin in their skin. This difference was so small that it would have been barely noticeable, but it allowed more sunlight to enter the body and increased vitamin D production. Those individuals tended to have stronger bones, better health, and a higher chance of survival and reproduction. Over time, these small advantages accumulated, and skin gradually became lighter in regions with weaker sunlight. But this was not a one-direction change. Nature did not decide that one skin color was better than another. Instead, it produced different solutions for different environments. Near the equator, darker skin remained beneficial because it protected against intense ultraviolet radiation. In northern regions, lighter skin became more common because it allowed more efficient vitamin D production. Inside the human body, skin color is shaped mainly by two types of melanin: eumelanin, which produces darker tones and strong UV protection, and pheomelanin, which produces lighter tones and weaker protection. Every human carries a unique combination of these pigments, which is why skin color exists not as fixed categories, but as a continuous spectrum of shades, ranging from deep brown to very light tones. And this variation is not controlled by a single gene. In fact, more than 150 genes contribute to human skin color, hair, and eye traits. Together, they create an almost infinite number of combinations, which is why even members of the same family can have different skin tones. But despite all of these visible differences, something far more important remains the same. All humans share about 99.9% of the same DNA. The differences we see on the surface come from only a tiny fraction of our genetic code. In fact, genetic diversity within Africa alone is so large that two people from different African populations can be more genetically different from each other than individuals from entirely different continents. This is because modern humans originated in Africa, and as groups migrated outward, they carried only part of that original genetic diversity. Over time, populations adapted to their new environments, but they all remained part of the same human species. Today, the pressures that once shaped our skin are no longer as strong. We use clothing, shelter, sunscreen, and vitamin supplements. The environment no longer determines survival in the same way it once did. But the story of that ancient adaptation is still written on our bodies. Every shade of skin is a record of survival. A record of humans living under intense sun or long winters with very little sunlight. A record of migration, adaptation, and resilience. And it tells one simple truth. Humanity was never meant to be divided by color. Skin color is not a boundary between people. It is a map of our shared journey across the planet. So when you look at another person, or even at yourself, you are not just seeing color. You are seeing history. You are seeing evolution. You are seeing humanity. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next journey into science, evolution, and human history. Thank you for watching. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.